just left Thousand Trails, and this is a gorgeous drive, so I had to click the camera on. We're basically going to the Blaine Marina, and then we're gonna walk all the way to Canada, for real. Like, we're going to the only park that you can stand in America and Canada at the same time. Anyhow, it's only about 12-minute drive, and avoid this wind noise, but check it out, watch. That's Canada. Kind of weird. I grew up on the Mexican border, and now I'm on the Canadian border. It's kind of cool. I've traveled all around this area, and wow. Aside from the weather, which I just dressed accordingly. Like, you'll see I've got 2 beanies on and like 2 or 3 layers of clothes. You might as well think I'm in a blizzard. Apparently, if you launch your kayak as the tide's coming in, it brings you all the way up that river. And that's the way to do it. The problem is, I'd have to paddle. I know, wow. But the game is, if you play the tides right, you ride the tide in like a surfing wave, and then hang out a few minutes, and then you go out with the tide. I don't know if I'm going to do that. It says we're going to arrive at almost exactly 12 o'clock noon. I need to remind myself to drive faster up here, because otherwise you get ran over, man. These Washington people are high on Starbucks. They're always in a hurry, man. Alright, I'm rolling up the window. Cool ass old barn. Looks like another little and I don't know the name of the rivers. That might be California River. Espresso shops everywhere, but no soda pop. Isn't that weird? It's really hard to find soda pop up here, but there are coffee shops everywhere. And that's what I was just saying about people, man, around here. They will run you over. I understand. I imagine if you stayed up here a few years with no vitamin D and all fluorescent lighting, artificial lights, like, I could see it'd probably make you crazy, because that's what I've encountered. But whatever, it's just me. I'm too sensitive. I need to be like that guy and just not care. You know, it's kind of weird, but when I was doing homeless outreach, I actually was jealous of the homeless people. They don't have any responsibilities, anything they have to do. They don't have bills. They don't have rent. They just exist, and people give them burgers and give them hot dogs and give them things to drink and buy them clothes. And I bought people stuff. I'm still doing it. I think that we're getting close to the beach, and that's all that matters. Going to Canada River. There we go. Now we can see. River, you're such a good boy. It really is a beautiful bay. All right, 25. Such a beautiful drive. I'm glad I clicked the camera on. So that's where we're going after we... I'm just listening to Google because it's avoiding something that I'm not aware of. See, the old Google without AI would have routed me right through whatever, but the new Google is annoying because it's always thinking in the background. Yeah, there you go. I see a sign. So that's what it was avoiding. But I would have had no idea this was going on. But look at that. No outlet. They've got it all closed. But like I said, Google's got me routed. It might have a way around it. It's because the Holiday Harbor lights. We were over here. I already filmed it. That's where I got that little picture of River and I by the fireplace. That was right down there. And now it's got me routed up and around because that's all closed for the holidays. They have those lights like we had on our street in San Carlos where they put paper bags and they put a candle in the paper bag. I think they're called luminaries. We used to do it on our street and I thought it was super cool, but they do that here. See, I'm glad Google mapped me around all that garbage. I probably would have just followed the signs anyway. But I have a love-hate relationship with Google, you know. Hey, beats Thomas Brothers. Anybody remember that? Or even worse, those old paper maps that you could never fold them the right way. All right. Apparently when it's not the holiday season, well, they don't have a stop sign. When it's not holiday season, you can just drive right up there. River's trying so hard to be quiet. I've had to get more strict with him because he's at the teenage phase, but he'll do whatever the hell he wants if you let him. I've been one. I know how it is. I kind of feel bad for my ex-wife because she's got 2 teenagers at home and they're probably full of energy. There's the sign. We did come here, like when I first got here. There's the sign. Peace Arch State Park. We're not going there because we're going to the marina. Because it said my package won't be here till 4 p.m. And I want to try and snag the packages directly from the driver. Because the people up at the front desk at Thousand Trails, they act like you're pulling teeth. You know, and they act like that $5 is the difference between eating dinner or not. I've got my own opinion about that. Thousand Trails used to have stores. Can you imagine how many candy bars you'd have to sell to make a $5 profit? But now they can just hijack everybody's Amazon. That's $5 pure profit. You have to sell like 100 candy bars to make that much money at a store. Here at the marina. Must be the repair yard. Yacht sales. I believe that's the park we went to. It is, yeah. River and I already went to this park. We already walked all around that thing. But this time we're going to a restaurant that's closed for the season, and we're gonna walk along the marina. Just because. Gate 3 says to turn right here. Look, van lifer right there. I bet you there's a lot of people living in their cars right here, which is cool. We're going to park right here, get out and walk around. River, you excited, buddy? Huh? Yeah? You excited? Yeah? Yeah? You excited?